Welcome to Babies from Beyond, the podcast that gives all babies a voice, whether they are still in spirit or already earthside. I'm Lauren Dionysius, a former registered NICU nurse turned baby soul communicator, and I'm here to share the wisdom of today's babies to guide you on your motherhood journey. So today we're continuing this new podcast series where I invite a woman at some stage of her motherhood journey to come here live, and we give you a little glimpse of baby soul communication. So today I have Em here with me. So you're about to hear a live baby soul reading with her where it's been shared with her full permission, but it's going to give you a glimpse into baby soul communication and what today's babies and children can share with you. So before I begin, just want to remind you that every woman's journey is different and unique. So as you listen to this episode, just be open, be curious, allow your heart to be open. If something resonates, that's great. If something doesn't, that's okay as well. So let's get going. Okay, Em, thank you so much for being here. Would you like to just share a little bit about your journey so far and where you're at right now?
Yep. So I've been trying to conceive for about 10 years now, various methods. I've had IVF, IUI, and so I'm still on the journey. And I'm just interested to hear what the baby soul is wanting to tell me, if I'm missing anything.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure that will resonate with a lot of women who are listening. So again, just to be really clear and transparent, have we worked together before? Have we had any other sessions or readings before this one?
Yes, I've had a couple of readings over the last 2 years. Yeah, and so I'm just keen to get a little bit more clarity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just going to take a moment now to call in the baby souls who are around Em today at this time. So I'll take a moment to that, and then we'll be back to continue the session. Okay, so I'm back now. I just wanted to take a moment actually just to give you some insights on what I just did there. So I haven't really mentioned it much in the previous episodes I've done around this, and I've had a few of you asking like what I'm doing and why I'm deleting that out of the episode. So let me explain. So when I do this work, I do it in a very intentional way, and I'm very discerning in particular around the souls that I call through to work with. And they are souls from my side or guides from my souls in the different, working with different realms and dimensions. And then I'm also very particular and calling in the souls of the woman who I'm working with. And I always set an intention around working only or connecting only with the souls who are planning a journey in this life, keeping in mind that time in spirit can be very different to here. And we don't really need to connect with a soul who may be planning a life here in 300 years' time. That's not necessarily going to be helpful for us right now. And then I always wait until I feel a click. And that will be, to me, that's a connection with the soul or the souls who want to come through at this time. So that's what I was doing when I stopped recording and then picked up again. So I just wanted to give you a little insight into that, just in case you were wondering what I was doing and what was going on there. Okay, so coming back to Em, is there any particular questions that you have right now or anything in particular that you'd like to focus on for your motherhood journey and where you're at right now?
Yeah, so I think I'd just love to know where she or they are at on their journey, and whether she's or they're waiting for something or guiding us in a way that we're not seeing. And am I on the right path myself, like emotionally, spiritually, physically, to welcome them? And also in the last reading, she said that she was communicating with me through feelings. And I've had a couple of physical kind of feelings, and sometimes I second guess myself. So I just want to understand how to tune in more clearly. And in the recent kind of treatment, I'm doing ovulation induction, and there's a bit of hormonal imbalances and cysts on my ovaries, and I don't know whether that's something she's trying to tell me or what that, if that's something that she's sending me messages in, stiffness and fatigue and that kind of thing. So wondering whether that has anything to do with anything.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well let's dive into all of that because it's really interesting how this comes through. So let's see where this goes. And I think this is really going to show or give like a deeper insight into the souls that are around us and how different ones come through at different times and what that can look like and feel like. And again, as I always say in these sessions, like I never remember the previous readings because I do so many of these, I never know like the details. So when I tuned in today, having not remembered whether it was a feminine or a masculine soul that came through before with Am in the sessions we've done in the past, what I actually felt was two souls. I felt a masculine feeling soul and a feminine feeling soul. So Em, just to be clear, in the previous readings we've done, has it always been like a more feminine feeling soul that's come through in the sessions?
Mostly the more prominent one was a feminine, but there was always one lingering masculine.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Because I was like, okay, well, that's really interesting because I still feel both of them. I feel like a feminine and a masculine one. But what I'm actually feeling today is that the masculine one is much stronger. So I'm always very conscious when this happens because, again, we can easily assume, right? With having this feminine feeling soul come through in previous readings, we can assume that they are the ones coming next. And then when this happens and there's now a masculine feeling soul come through, what I'm already asking this soul is, like, why are you here? Because it doesn't mean necessarily that anything's changed. It doesn't mean that this particular soul is going to come first or next. Like, it doesn't mean that. What I've learned is that being really clear, like, okay, why are you here? Why are you coming into the space today? What do you have to share? So that's where we're going to go. And then I'll also give time and space, obviously, for this feminine soul in case there's anything else that they wish to share with us. So, okay. So just coming back to this masculine feeling soul, what I'm feeling from him, because his energy is feeling quite dominant, almost like pushing to the front of the line. But I feel like his energy at the moment is around, I have something that I want to share with you. So what I'm feeling like energetically, and I'm just going to take my time with this to make sure that I'm translating properly. And that is this energy of, it's around time and around timing, but it's also around doing. So what I get from this masculine soul, and I feel like this is why this masculine energy is stepping forward right now, because, and this is interesting because normally normally what comes through is for women to step a little more into their feminine energy. But what I'm actually sensing for you is at this time anyway, it's important for you to step more into your masculine energy. And I feel like this soul at the moment is supporting you with that. So when we talk about the masculine energy and stepping more into that, it can be around being more decisive on what you're doing. And you mentioned the hormonal imbalances at the moment and the scans like with the cysts and things like that. And what I'm sensing is that is really calling for a masculine energy. So it isn't something to just sit and watch and wait and hope that it's not going to affect anything, because what I'm feeling from this masculine soul is like, no, you need to take action on this. You need to make decisions around this. You need to move forward with this, is what it's feeling. And as I tune into like this feminine energy, because I feel them both there, they both came in together, but it's like the dials turned up on the masculine one and the dials dimmed down on the feminine one. But I'm still feeling her, and what I'm feeling from her soul is that I still feel that she is the one. We call it a she. Again, you've probably heard me say that when I feel a feminine soul, that's not predictive of the biological sex at all. It's just like their soul's energy, their soul's essence, which can become or manifest in their personality here on Earth. So I still feel that she is the the more committed soul, if I can, it's probably not quite the right word, but I think you'll understand what I mean. Committed soul in this journey, like looking at the bigger picture. But I feel like her energy is actually needing support right now. And I feel like this masculine feeling soul who may come to you later, in this life necessarily, like I'm feeling that they could be, two children coming to you. But again, the focus is still on this feminine soul, but that this masculine soul is kind of stepping forward a little bit just to, well, today anyway, to give you that guidance to do something about this. Don't just let it linger. There will be decisions that need to be made around this that may include, or I feel like it will include, some kind of treatment, possibly even surgery at some point, just to really, I just like this soul is just saying we just need to clear it out. We just need to get in, deal with it. It's stuff, from what I'm sensing, is coming up for you around, it actually feels generational, like ancestral, especially around the cysts and things like that. It feels old. It feels like it's no longer needed. It feels like it was energy that was actually stored in your reproductive system, and it's no longer needed. So it's coming out, which is interesting. I haven't had it come through like this before, but it's like it's coming out in the form of a cyst. So it's like it's moving out of the organs now, and it's like, okay, we don't need this now. It's old, it's redundant, it's no longer helping you. And I feel like it's ready to leave your body, to leave your system. So it's worth just exploring what to do with that. I do feel like, looking at the bigger picture around conception and the timing of it, when I tune into the energy of IVF, that still feels very aligned with your journey right now. Even though I'm sure it doesn't feel like it at times because of, the length of time that you've been going through this.
Because I'm doing ovulation induction, not IVF anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does that seem aligned?
Yeah. Yes. No, it's fine. It's what I'm feeling is like, what I keep feeling and sensing is intervention. So it's like so I'm not 100% sure on like the ovulation induction, but do you want to share a little bit about what that involves?
Yeah, so that's just where they monitor your bloods and where your hormones are, and they'll give you some medication like IVF, but then they'll trigger you, and then you try naturally. So it's not
okay. Yeah.
So it's not the egg collection and the fertilization. It's this kind of assisted to help you grow follicles, and then they'll trigger them. So
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that, after going through IVF, I think that's the best course of action at the present time for my age and various factors. But then also, so it's just that the hormones weren't correlating with what they were seeing on a scan.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I have had cysts previously. So
yeah. Okay. Yes. No. That.
And what you're saying about the ancestral, I think that aligns quite. But is there any indication of whether it's a medical intervention or whether it's like more energetic work? Or
it actually feels for this, and because of the strong masculine energy, I feel like it's, when that comes through, it tends to be more like physical 3D in the body or of the body type energy is what I'm feeling for you. So I do feel, again, I'm not getting a clear sense of exactly what that would involve, but it does feel like it needs more than energy work or energetics on some level to support that. Like, it feels like it does need, as I think I just mentioned before, so it gets like blurry for me, but I do remember just saying that, it may include surgery. It's not to say that it necessarily will, but I feel like it does need some kind of medical, what's the word? Like assessment or pathway or intervention on some level. But I feel like if, just getting like having a consult or having a chat about that and seeing what options are available for you, and I think then you'll get a sense intuitively on how to move forward with it. But yeah, because of this masculine energy, the way I'm sensing that is it needs to be something that's grounded in the physical rather than like the energetics, because when things manifest physically, we often need to, not always, but we often need to meet that on a physical level. And that's what I'm sensing for you now. Does that make sense? Or do you have any other questions around that?
And these 2 children are from my own eggs.
Let me sit with that. I feel I'm getting a yes and a no. So what I'm feeling is with this. Hang on, I just want to sit with this because it's the energy just suddenly went really fuzzy, which either means that it's still in the planning stage, I guess, or it means that it hasn't been decided, and or it's not helpful for you to know right now. But as I sit with it, I'm getting a yes and a no. So that to me, it could be that one of the children does have will be like with your eggs, and then another will be with a potential donor egg. That's how the energy best feels right now, but I'm not getting like a really clear read on what that means. But what I do feel strongly is like what you're doing now is the best way at this point in time, and this may change, but at this point in time is the best way forward for using like with the natural side of things. And I feel like donor, things like that, if that is sort of coming into your awareness at times, it doesn't feel like it's important for right now, but it feels like it could be something that you may consider in the future. And I know that sounds like really vague and blurry, but yeah, unless it comes through really clearly, I'm hesitant to do a yes or a no with that. So I feel like at the moment it's a yes and a no, but knowing that at like right now, what I'm sensing the strongest timeline for you is your own eggs. And then, as I said, that may change at some point, but I'm not getting like, a clear read on what that could be at this time. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Is there I'm just thinking back to the questions you asked at the beginning. Was there anything that we haven't answered or any other questions that are coming up?
I think it's just that communication. Is it still in my body? What am I missing? Are they coming in my dreams or?
Yes. Well, I feel like, as I tune into both these souls that are present today, they're both communicating with me very differently. This feminine feeling soul is still very much in the feeling stage, like as in the feeling mode of communication. Like when I tune in with her, what I've shared from her has come from the feelings that she sent me. What I'm feeling though is that there's a way for you. I'm not sure if she's trying to do this or if you're trying to do this. But there is a way to kind of amplify those feelings that are coming from her so that they feel stronger and that you can trust them more. So it may be that, so when you're sensing these feelings from her, are you kind of like sitting down and planning and sort of doing it very intentionally, or is it that you're maybe out and about or going about your day or not really thinking about it and then the feelings come through? How is that looking?
Probably a bit of both, but I probably need to do more intentional.
Yeah, because that's what I'm feeling, because it's this feeling like, she's just sharing with me, like there's a way to amplify the feelings. There's a way to, I feel that, yes, she is sending you her energy and her feelings, and yes, you are receiving that, but it's like that's still kind of in amongst your own feelings. And what I'm sensing from her is that there's a way for you to kind of allow them to step out from your own feelings. I don't know how else to describe that, but it's kind of like I see your feelings kind of here and then hers are kind of here as well, but it's like allowing her feelings to kind of rise above your own. And the way you can do that is to do a little more meditation before you start, or just taking some extra time just to take a few deep breaths, checking in with yourself and where your own feelings are, and then allowing her feelings to come to you as well. So yeah, it's just being a little more intentional in your communication with her, and it's more for your own benefit so that you can sense her energy more clearly, because I feel when you do that, then that energy and that communication will be able to expand. But at the moment, it's still a little bit like mixed up with your own energy, your own emotion. So yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to?
Yeah, is there anything that both my husband and I aren't seeing or we should be? Or what else? Is there anything else we can do?
No, and this is what came through actually when I was calling the souls in earlier, was this. I was very strongly called to like the timing of this, and this is a very much a common theme around the timing of things, and understanding that for children to come to earth, it is a process, and it doesn't make sense why some processes are longer than others when it comes to conception. But they did tell me, like, when I was calling them in, like, it's not time, or that it hasn't been time. So what I'm feeling from them is it's like it really is both of you doing your own parts, you guys doing the ovulation and induction and the monitoring and all of that, and then the trying naturally, that's what you can do. Also, what came up around like the cysts, and just exploring that, getting some more information, doing some more research and collecting more data essentially around that. But nothing more than that. Like, it's, there's this tendency to like want to do more, but that doesn't actually increase the speed of the timeline. It doesn't make them come more quickly. If there is something holding it up, they will let us know, but they usually will, but I'm not getting a sense from either of them right now. They're still waiting for all of these things to align. I don't get any sense that they're in a rush. They're not in a hurry. I don't get any feeling from them that they've missed the boat or it's too late or they're running out of time. Like, I'm not getting that sense. It's just this process of we're waiting literally for all of these pieces of the puzzle to come together. And it's not wrong. It's not bad. It's not that you're missing something or anything like that. I mean, sometimes in these journeys, especially a longer journey, it can be that there can be things that have been missed or things that they're waiting for. But the only sense I get from them that they're waiting for is all the pieces of the puzzle to come together, which are way bigger than what you can sense. Yeah.
Well, they don't think I'm not prioritizing them, or they're not. No.
No, I don't feel that. I feel that they don't want you to put your life on hold and stop everything and only focus on them, because that would tip into like imbalance. And babies don't, or what I'm learning from this generation is they don't like that sort of pressure. So it's important for you to find that balance. And I feel like you're there, or you're at least.
I know. Yeah, I'm more like the other way, in that I'm not kind of. I feel like it's going to happen when it happens. So I just believe in that, but also and cut out the noise of my age and being too old.
Yes.
So because I know that I think on some of your podcasts, like some babies want an older mother and they want the experience of an older mother. So like, it's only the 3D world that says that when you're like over 40, you can't have a baby, or over 45 or whatever, but it's still possible. So I think I just keep believing that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And maybe I'm in that bucket that they want an older parents.
Yeah. Well, I believe it 100%. Like, with the souls I've communicated with, I've never had one say, "Oh, you're too old for me." It's always been, "I'm waiting for you to get to a certain age," or I want you to be at this age in your 40s before you conceive me, because if I came to you any earlier than that, you wouldn't be able to be the mother that I need you to be in this life. So yeah, and a lot of children in this day and age are choosing to have women or mothers who we would describe as older, our society would, but to them it's like age is not a thing. We only make age a thing here on the earth.
So they haven't said anything about that.
No, as I said, there's no sense of urgency, no sense of like they've missed the boat or that you've missed the boat. I'm not getting anything like that. It's just all like, they're waiting for the stars to align. They're waiting for the dots to connect. And as long as, you're doing your thing, you are being intentional about it, You are, going through the process, you're having these investigations, but you're also not putting too much pressure on them either, because that can be like the number one blockage, or at least delay when it comes to conception, is the pressure. So keep doing what you're doing, trusting in the presence of these babies and these children, and understanding that they're there. Again, it would be different if we tuned in and like nobody was home, but they both came through very strongly straight away. So that's reassuring as well. It's now just waiting for that timeline to unfold and drop in as and when it needs to, because it's there. I see it, I feel it, but it's having the patience now to allow it to unfold as it needs to.
Yeah. Because I think that in the past it was like, okay, I like focus too much on work or whatever, and I'm trying to get that balance and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. The balance is really important. Okay, so so with that information that came through, like how does it feel? Does it land for you? Does it resonate? Did it feel a bit off? Like, I'm always curious to see how it lands.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think it aligns to what I've probably been. There's a lot of ancestral stuff that I just needed to clear before they were coming. So, and I've been trying to work on that, and that's taken time. I think it's just this kind of, it's been a long journey, and then just having that noise from society about, the age, and then having, this like just, with imbalances and not knowing what's going on and trying to figure it out. So, but I just believe that it is going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I just go, and I believe that it's going to happen with my own eggs. So
yeah,
I have to
absolutely. And it's about, when we have these beliefs and these inner knowings, then that's what we need to use as our inner compass, as something to keep us going, like day by day.
Yeah, it's just that doubt of like, if I get a message, is it real, or is it? Yeah, we're making up stories in my head.
Yeah, and it's important to trust our experiences, because what I've learned is like the doubt always comes in second as well. That's another thing that we can start to pick up as well. When the doubt comes in, it's never the first thing. It's normally something happens, or we have an experience, or we feel things, or something will come to us first, and then the doubt comes in. So the doubt becomes a response to the feeling, the situation, our own intuition, whereas our intuition or our truth is what comes in first, and doubt is the response to that. If that makes sense. But it can be the doubt that we hear. It can be the doubt that's the loudest for us, and that we focus on, because it's because that's how our brains are wired, right? They're wired for keeping us safe. So if doubt pops in, it's like, it can be a way to try to protect us or keep us safe from the unknown, the uncertain, from disappointment, like all of these things. So it's good that that you're aware that the doubt is there. Like that's really important. Okay, so even though I could keep talking for hours, like, let's wrap up today's little session. So thank you so much, Em, for being here and for being open to sharing about your journey, and allowing these children to come through, to be seen, to be heard, and to be felt not just by you, but also from those who are listening today. And I really want to thank both of these souls, thanking this masculine feeling soul for coming through and sharing his wisdom around the energy that's needed right now, around the action, the decisiveness, the decision making. And also thanking too the presence of this feminine feeling soul for being here, for her consistency, her commitment to the process. Because what I'm feeling from both of them, just as I start to pull away, is this feeling of time. Yeah, I think I mentioned this earlier, but like, time doesn't matter to us. Time is not a thing for us here in the spirit world. We're not watching our clocks. We're not checking our calendars. that's not how the soul's energy operates. So just their final like parting words to us. So yeah, but I want to thank them both for their insights, their messages, their guidance, and for being here and for sharing all of this with us. So yeah, if you're listening and this stirred something in you and you feel curious about your own baby soul, then yeah, please check out the links in the show notes. There's lots of different ways for you to receive this information and connect and communicate with your baby soul, whether they are in spirit still or whether they are already here on earth as little people. Today's children, this generation, are so powerful, so communicative, and so decisive in their wisdom and confident in what they have to share with us. So it can really help us a lot. So yeah, so please reach out if this resonates, or if I can support you more with this. Thank you for tuning in to Babies from Beyond. If you've enjoyed this episode, I'd love for you to leave me a review just wherever you listen to your podcasts. Also, head over to Instagram and give me a follow at Born Energy, and check out the show notes for more ways that you can connect with your baby soul, including one-on-one readings and online programs to support you. Until next time, trust your journey and your baby. Take care.